Hello the channel. Welcome back everyone. I'm alive. Apologies for no video on Friday night. I'm sure everybody didn't really miss me that much, but yeah, a couple of social occasions on and never really found the time. So there we go. I was going to try and keep the rewards and open them, but I'm not sure, quite sure I remember actually opening them, to be honest. Should really admit that. Yeah, we did pick up 2 wins midweek, which was pretty good. So Linus Gector sneaked one in the under 23s in the Super Rare, and Stefan Fry, quite a nice pickup actually, scoring not too brilliant recently, but kind of a wee bit shorter challenger goalkeepers, etc. over the summer, so I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest. I think it was tier 2, so obviously quite a few goalkeepers in there, and nice in-season card as well. So what's happening? Well, we've got Harry Redknapp doing rivals videos. That was a belter. I'm not going to show it on here in case it gets the video snookered, because sometimes you get copyright things showing our videos, etc. But I thought it was quite cool actually. Love Big Harry, and he's one of those characters, and yeah, that's completely unexpected, that one. So hopefully a good bit of marketing for Sorare. Back at Real Madrid. Don't think anyone's really surprised at that. So anyway, let's try and see if we can pick some winning teams for midweek. So I've got as much of the data up as possible. If anybody's sort of new to the channel, welcome. Please like and subscribe if you like it. If you don't, just don't watch. Anyway, data. This is the spreadsheet from Sorare Probabilities. Gal does a great job with this, pulls in all the data. We'll look at some players and everything, some selections for midweek. Always had a good idea to have a look at the stats. So actually Rock asked me to do a wee video recently, just sort of do 2 minutes. And this is one of the things I picked out, because I just think like actually focusing on expected team goals, etc. is pretty important. So not all the games have stats, unfortunately. There are a few which haven't come up yet or aren't available. One that stuck out for me was Suriname against St Vincent and Grenadines, because I've got Vassen, who's been called up, which is nice. So we've got Australia. So a lot of the times here we're talking about banning Australia stacks in international weeks. I mean, fair play to Sorare for actually covering the friendlies. Like, they wouldn't really be ending on this week if they weren't. I think actually more utility the better. So there we go. Wales against Gibraltar. Well, Scotland made hard work of that against Gibraltar. Did create loads and loads and loads of chances though. So I think 4 expected goals seems about right, to be honest. Wales have got quite a few players out as well by the looks of it, but there we go. France against Luxembourg. Again, it's interesting with these games to see like what's the expected lineup. I mean, everybody's guessing, right? Like, nobody would have guessed that Scotland team. Like, you just given everybody a guess, like as many people as you want, and like, you know, get that actual combination would have been nearly impossible. So there we go. But if you do have some of these guys who have favourable fixtures, then put them in. You take your chances. Portugal against Finland. Getting pretty interesting. We look at the difference. You know, it's gone from 5 expected team goals to 2.67. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen 5 on the spreadsheet. So that is really, really, really high. Switzerland against Estonia, interesting one. I mean, quite interested to see how seriously these teams take these friendlies as well. But at the end of the day, the Euros start a week on Friday, so it's really, really soon. So players kind of need to get up to speed and take this chance to play with their international teammates. We've got Holland against Canada, pretty interesting. Holland, I imagine, would probably score a few goals there. Maybe not if Alistair Johnston's getting to do with it. Italy against Turkey, Norway against Kosovo. Again, Muric, I think, usually plays for Kosovo, so there's just so much rotation and stuff. So anyway, it's no point going into too much detail on the individual players, and then we're down into the dregs of the stats. So 80% clean sheet percentage for France. I don't think I've ever seen that either, to be honest. Maybe it was the last international week where I wasn't actually looking at it. So there we go. So this is something the gals added. Game week info. pretty interesting. So you can see all the sort of stats in terms of percentage of prizes to the percentage of people who have entered so far. Now, bear in mind this is on Monday night. The game week still got a bit to go, so these things do change. But the numbers are pretty interesting. I mean, there's like cap 270 super rare sort of standing out there. I mean, there's no cash in that tournament, but again, 31%. That's something I could actually enter. Under 23 super rare, again, there'll not be a lot of available sort of players for under 23s. And there's a list of all the competitions as well. So in terms of what we've got, actually pretty decent choice. So gallery's grown a lot, which is kind of deliberate as well. You know, obviously a lot of times you can just sell the cards, etc. But you know, kind of keeping it in mind for the multiple entries and also for stuff like this as well. So there's Alan Patrick is up there with a projected 93 in the only game that's like not an international game. So there we go. It's proven me completely wrong. So there's a single game week of international and international. So anyway. Right, let's actually get in amongst it and pick some teams. Not going to be a huge video tonight because Real Madrid. Sorry, I'm going to have to change it, aren't I? Is that his PSG top? It is. Where's the France? I was showing you my baldy heat there. All the vital insights you're getting here. So we've got a restricted amount of competitions open. Under 23, Global All-Star, Cap 240, etc. Cap 240 is quite interesting to have in these weeks because obviously you can attack the cash. I'm going to personally have a look at All-Star Super Rare first because I like to sort of work my way back down, if that makes sense. So, as I said, Etienne Vassin now in for expected 50 here, but I think actually that his expected score will be better than that. I think it's a pretty good fixture they've got against St Kitts and Nevis. So I actually got a couple of options. Ramiro and Cagno's falling out with the coach, so not for Ramiro. I'm going to go with Vassin. Could easily went with Muric as well, but again, just think Vassin's got the better fixture. Defence-wise, again, kind of interesting. Which games are friendlies, which games are competitive games, etc. Japan do rotate quite a lot, but that's quite an interesting one for Sugawara. I guess kind of got to go with Virgil van Dijk. I mean, it's just difficult. There's going to be some rotations and things, right? So you're stabbing in the dark a bit, but there we go. It's a chance you take. Midfield wise, so Ferdi Kadioglu, it's quite an interesting one against Italy. So I thought that would usually be one of the more difficult fixtures, but Italy, yeah, we've got some expected start percentages here as well, which is really helpful in the sheet. Cook Miner's only 25%. It's a shame. I fancied that he would actually do pretty well in that fixture. Facundo Torres don't have any projection for. Could play Tanaka in here as well, actually, against Myanmar. That seems like quite a good fixture. Don't know if Sanderberg will definitely play for Norway. Pretty good fixture for Ryder against Estonia as well. This all shows you sometimes you win these guys, best just to sort of hang on to them. You just never know. Like, alright, doesn't get many starts at the moment for Rennes, but still a pretty good player. I don't know if I'm going to have an actual unique team out, so I could be quite tempted to just actually put Ao Tanaka in here. Use it as a unique as well, because it's All-Star Super Rare, right? So plays as a unique, so that's not the same as the contender and challenger divisions, etc. Griezmann, again, we're just making an assumption that he's going to play a part. I think Pavon's injured. Trossard, pretty good. Tati doesn't always start for Japan. Anything else sticking out? Liam Scales. Probably don't want to go Johnson because so playing him against Netherlands. So I think I'm going Trossard or Sugawara. The thing with Sugawara's score is that he takes some of the set pieces for AZ, so maybe marginally misleading. But Troy Parrott's in really good form just now as well. Don't know if he's actually in the squad or whether that's just make a bloody decision. I'm going to go for Sugawara. Griezmann captain against Luxembourg. So there we go. I mean, they've moved the confirm button. That's good. You can keep my heat here. It's a pretty strong team in paper. It's just getting everybody to start right. That's going to be the trick. Let's pick an under 23 team because that's always a good bit of fun. I don't think I've got an under 23 goalkeeper, super rare level. So again, it might actually be worth considering putting in a sort of 4-man effort. I'll need to think about that. Head really isn't working from the weekend, honestly. Just isn't. So, yeah. Try and make some half decent content. Still trying. Under 23 there. So we've got Verbruggen against Canada, Osako against Myanmar, and Karl Hein, who just usually concedes loads for them. Japan's an interesting one because I think is Zion Suzuki not usually the Japanese goalkeeper? I think he may be in the Olympic squad or something, so might actually end up meaning Osako starts. I'll need to look that up. I'm going to go Verbruggen just now. Again, a couple of friendlies, they might not start, might be flicking, etc. But you do, you've just 60%. So that's probably the best I'm going to get. So, defence wise, I think we've got to go with Saliba against Luxembourg. Again, will he start? I don't know. Gertruda, probably a decent chance of starting as well. Really nice high percentage here too, but only a 20% start percentage, so I think I need to take a stab on Big Saliba. Szoboszlai with 57, so that's quite interesting because again, he's not been doing overly well for Liverpool recently, but a key man for Hungary, and I think he takes all the sets as well. So although he's not on good form, I think he comes into the reckoning for a game week like this. Again, we've got some other interesting ones here. Gonzalo Ramos probably fancied to get a start. Doku, probably more nailed to play for Belgium than he is for Manchester City. I might take a chance on him actually. The best projected score, right? So then we've got to go with it. And then who's going to go in the last spot? Doesn't appear on here. Oh, it is Nico Williams. 35% chance of starting. It's going to be difficult with these friendlies, isn't it? Just going to be difficult. I think Nico Williams is in such good form that against Andorra, you could see him just doing some damage from the bench. So what options we've got? Nico Williams, Ramos. I think Silva will probably start at centre back actually, but again, not competitive games, so there's still an element of risk with anybody. Absolutely anybody you play, there's an element of risk, no doubt about it. Is anybody sneaking away down the bottom here that Ferran Torres might start? I go with Nico Williams. Captain. I think France have got a really good fixture, haven't they? So 80% clean sheet percentage. I don't know whether Saliba will start or not, honestly. I mean, could be Kanate and Upamecano or whatever. You just don't know. But yeah, you've got to just take your chances. Now I don't know if I've got anything really competitive limited under 23s The wrong page. Help if we get to the right page. Nah. Nope. We'll pick a rare all-star and then that'll probably do us. I mean, limited teams going out. I suppose we could pick a caps as well. See if we can identify any good caps players. You can enter 2 teams in this, that's kind of interesting as well. I'm glad they've done that. Sorry, I think listening quite a lot. So Mayakawa might start for Japan actually, that's kind of an interesting one. I think Kelleher's really nailed to play for Ireland, right? Because Bazunu is bazooked. He's folked. What does the stats say? Always good to get an idea. So Kelleher's actually the highest projected score, so that's kind of interesting. I guess probably going to expect to get some decent action against Hungary. I think I'm going to go with my Vassen pick. Maybe I'll run our team as well, so. And it is kind of helpful, there's some indication of like projections on here, so it's only really some, but so Virgil 80%, like that. Akanji, again, Switzerland against it. Scores really well for Switzerland, Akanji, so pretty interesting. Got some really nice options in midfield actually, that's pretty good. De Bruyne and Bruno Fernandes, yeah. Not bad. Just play both of them, right? De Bruyne and Bruno Fernandes. Then who are we going to play up front? Griezmann. So yeah, France have got a 98% win percentage, 3.75 expected team goals. I'm going to go with Griezmann as captain again. I actually quite like the looks of some of these teams. I'm really pretty pleased with how my gallery strength's going. Like, I know it goes without saying it's like a big gallery, but it was a point up until a good couple of months ago where I wasn't feeling that strong with international stuff. So I think I'm getting there, but I don't know if I'm there for the Euros still. I don't know. If we get some nice wins this week or whatever, that'd be quite cool. But hey, let's pick some cap teams as well. Do we have a goalkeeper left for cap 240? Go to Muric, shit. I'm going to play cap 240 super rare, I think. Just, like 250 quid's worth of F or whatever is just so, just brilliant, obviously. So I think maybe wee Frimmers has got a chance of playing for Holland. Hope he doesn't play as bad as he did in the Europa League final anyway. Absolutely rotten. Although I think quite attractive here for 37. Like even if he comes on, like that's still pretty good, right? We have Cook Miner's not really fancied to start. I go with Fabian Rieder. He's not been playing a lot for Rennes, but I think reasonable chance of starting for Switzerland. They're friendly, so even if he is only at 40%, that's nobody's really that high a sort of guarantee. Memphis Depay is in here, and he shouldn't be because I haven't updated my players. Yeah, I'll need to rerun that and update it. I did actually do a trade for Depay, took a wee bit of cash and Elia Caprile. Rare. So, a few Celtic players coming into the mix now as well. It's always kind of nice. Hatate doesn't always start for Japan, so if he's going to start in midfield, Trossard's quite a good option here as well. Then we've got a sort of pretty free pick. Just in case of who we sort of fancy to go along with Trossard. Maeda's been on really good form again, doesn't always start for Japan. Will Ida start? Let's see what we've got on the sheet. Pavlin's injured, I think. It's a shame. I could play Ferdi Kadioglu. He's in 90%. It's quite high for a game like this. Yes. Fits. Don't know why I did that stupid face there then. And Yeah, he's got the highest projected score, 30. I don't know, I mean, Italy, I suppose not a vintage Italy team, Turkey, Italy. Frimpong's not that certain start. Trossard could be Trossard or Doku in the left hand side, so I think probably go with Cardiff. And we'll go for the $320. 400. Why not? Could go safer. Argument for going safer, but if they all start, then I think that is achievable, to be honest. Let's pick a rare one as well. Don't really have much by way of limited for internationals, so hardly anything really, to be honest. So goalkeeper wise, I guess we could go with Kelleher here. And one of the advantages is pretty nailed to start, really high percentage as well, 12%. It's brilliant. Let's have a wee look and see if anybody else is jumping out in terms of the spreadsheet. Bardacci, 80% starts, pretty nice. That's amongst the highest, really. I don't really know if there's anybody else standing out, so kind of go with that shout. And Ben Davies against Gibraltar, again, I'm not really getting any clue who's going to start for Wales. Same problem as Scotland had. Antonio Silva, pretty good game as well. Might go with that actually. Antonio Silva. You expect Portugal to dominate against Finland. We've got somebody we can put in that's a bit lower so that we can maybe enable ourselves to get in with a Martin Odegaard, etc. Again, there's going to be huge rotation, right? So, difficult. Højbjerg probably used to start for Denmark. Again, it's against Sweden, it's not a particularly good fixture, right? Tati doesn't always start for Japan. This isn't easy. Anyway, I'm trying. Right, we'll need to look at some numbers here. Højbjerg 70%. Yeah, I'll go with that. That's that decision made. Just go with it. And then we've got average of 52 left. Minamino usually does pretty well for Japan. Myanmar, you'd imagine, not really that good. You wouldn't have thought so, wouldn't you? But Diogo Jota, kind of interesting one there. I think he's only about 20% in the projection I've seen. Maeda's been buzzing. Take as well. Every time I play him, he just doesn't play for Japan. I'll go with Minamino. And then we're not getting Martin Odegaard in here. Tadic, interesting. Play Virgil. There we go. Big Virg. 3 Liverpool players in here. How'd I manage that? So, I'm going to go for Captain Virgil. We'll go for 340. So there we go. Some nice teams, if they all start, etc. I mean, as I said, it's kind of good for Sorare to cover this stuff, honestly. Like, well, people have their, I call them Ramoners, because they just remain moaning all the time. There'd have been like nothing on this week if Sorare hadn't actually covered the friendlies, so it's pretty good. They look pretty good teams on paper, I think. Some really sort of nice international quality sort of teams. Really like that team actually, All-Star Super Rare, and the prices are really good in All-Star Super Rare as well, which is pretty nice. A couple of caps, and I'll fill out the rest just with the sort of leftovers or the guys that are just sort of cutting about. I've had some pretty good results this weekend as well, so Riku Pug's just been absolutely brilliant recently. He's just such a good player. 489, so that's got a tier 3 super and a couple of boxes. Actually doing a wee bit better in Challenger as well, which is kind of interesting. But where is the other? It says we've got the Patience as a Virgin team as well. Helps when you've got Lionel Messi as a captain. 14th, so that's tier 2 rare. Just a shame Suarez got the OG Otherwise, it would have been a podium actually. But that's the way it goes. And then nothing else to really write home about. Some sort of reasonable results, but nothing really too good after Scotland were absolutely dire against Gibraltar. So anyway, we'll end on that note. If you're playing midweek, I wish you the best of luck. I think we're all going to need it with all the selections and everything. So end in customary fashion. Good luck. Go fuck.